Hi friends, this is Kris with Josephine's Design and Healthy Living for Him on Keto. This will be a video that will be a part of our new channel. So it's going to be really basic. It's going to be about health and wellness and just overall finds for the home, finds for healthier living. And I'm excited to bring that. It was a part of Josephine's Design. I debated going back and forth. I'm now just going to make a separate channel. The more my husband and I talked about it, he just said, you need to go separate, and I agree. So this particular video will be one of the first two videos on the channel. And this is a video that talks about the fun finds, and I'm going to get some more light over here, for us that we found at Hack Your Health in Austin, Texas. And that was May 31st, June 1st, and 2nd, and we really had a great time. They went all the way on Sunday. It was a full day of conference. It was phenomenal. Again, I went last year, couldn't believe how fantastic it was. We then went to Keto Orlando, which is more intimate and small, and it has a different appeal. You get to know people there in a different way. And at this particular conference, you know, friends are fast. We made lots of sweet friends. We knew some of the speakers from previous things. And so it was just kind of exciting to meet new friends, talk to old friends, and learn new things. And that's all I can say, is that that is our joy of our journey. So I'm going to hop in here. First, I wanted to show you guys. So this is literally an overhead view of, so you may want to like come in tight. Let me see if I can't. And so this was all vendors. And if you can't tell, there were some vendors that had like two in a booth. It was crazy. And then this was the keynote speaking area. The speakers were up here and it filled almost the whole area. And then they had breakout rooms upstairs. Yes. So you get your money's worth. Now, next year, they're going for the first time, I guess, to Florida. Wah, wah. It's not anything we wanted, because, you know, Austin's like an hour away. Now, we did go and stay. We came home Friday night, got up Saturday, and we went and stayed Saturday night. And I'm so glad we did. We had a late night dinner Friday night and thought about, should we stay that night? But we just felt like, and if they had it again next year in Austin, I might even say let's stay 2 nights. But it was all good. It was all good. And so, yeah. And we just had a great, great time. So here's some of the fun things that I found that I just fell in love with. So I'm going to get some of the like books and things out of the way first, because maybe that's not your cup of tea, or maybe that's what you want to see. So there was a Darling family, and they had written this beautiful book. They were from Vietnam, The Nourishing Asian Kitchen, Nutrient-Dense Recipes for Health and Healing. Foreword is by Sally Fallon Morell. And I want to tell you that, and it was written by Sophia, and I'm going to say that wrong, so I'm not even going to say it, Ing. So I'm thinking it's not Najuan, and I've forgotten how you say that, and so please forgive me. She was so nice, and her children helped her, and her mom was there. Her mom was so sweet. At one point, my husband took off. We had some stuff on a chair, and I needed to run flag someone, and I just kind of briefly said, if you're going to be sitting here, could you keep an eye on our stuff? She stayed there. I mean, when I came back, I was like, oh no, you don't have to stay here because of us. Thank you. She was so kind, so kind. And the children helped out. They were super sweet, and they I loved them. There are all kinds of Asian recipes. They're not just Vietnamese. There's some Chinese in here. I'm not sure if there's Thai, whatnot, but I grabbed the cookbook. I'm going to peruse it, and then I'm probably going to give it to my youngest for her birthday this year. But I bought that especially for her. And then I picked up, she had a Joy and Jolie pho spice mix. I love pho. I love it. I can't eat it out because of the potential for wheat in it. So to have found this, and she said the recipe's in here too. I know. So now you really want to get a picture of that, don't you? Okay. Loved them. Love. And her children were precious. They checked us out. So I'm going to pop over here for a second because they were together. They shared a booth. And the gentleman with pluck, and I think I took the wrong one in the other room. Okay, so I bought 4 of the pure, which is without salt, because this all has Redmond's Real salt in it. But I like it without, because I like to use the plain with the smoked salts that are by Redmond as well. But the one that I use out of all that I have, almost second to the pure, is this. Now I have them all. They have it spicy. He's going to come out with the spicy. He and I stood and talked about all kinds of things that he was thinking of changing, and he was very kind. He like asked me my opinion. I was like, I don't know if I can, qualify. And he's like, no, you're qualified. Tell me. So we had a great conversation about things, how he was going to sell them, how he would either tie them into what's currently in stock, or that he would make a separate product. And it was really great conversation. And I asked people questions, and I went back and told them, because I went twice. Yes, I did. He gave us cute little lunch boxes. We carried all of our goodies in it. But I bought 4 of the pure, 2 of the zesty garlic. This will last me the year. It will last me the year, probably more than. And it's totally fantastic. In it, you get 100% grass-fed, pastured beef organs. So if you've ever been a part of Weight Watchers and they'd say, oh, eat your liver and you'll lose weight. Yeah, because I would never eat it. As a child, my mother took me as a child, I would flush it down the toilet. I'm just not a liver person. I cannot do any of that. I understand the benefit of it. I just can't eat it myself. And so something like this is fantastic to add on to it just tastes like a seasoning. Has no flavor outside of if it has garlic or onion or salt in it. That's all it tastes like. So it is very, very good. I put it on all the things that we cook, and it just says nutrition in a pinch, and that's exactly what it is. So lovely gentleman, lovely company, excellent product. All right. And because we were at a convention, we got the show special. So yes, Mama working a coupon. All right. So Keto Flex is written by Ben Azadi. He is a speaker that we heard first last summer at Keto Orlando. He gave us a book then, and that was the first part. This is the revised book. Highly worth reading. And he gave them away again. I was just like, oh my goodness gracious. So my husband went and got a book, and he'll be at Keto Orlando. Ben Azadi has a YouTube channel. He does a keto camp. He has absolutely poured his life into living a healthier life. And I believe it was his father that ended up with dementia. And he was ill. Was it? I think it may have been dementia. Anyways, I think his mom is still with him. His parents were immigrants and came to America. And all I can say right now is he has worked so hard to be healthy, to teach people, to give it away for free. The man has such a giving heart. So, I mean, of course it's his business. Of course he makes money. But I highly, highly, highly recommend his book. We loved the book last year. I can't wait to read this one. Again, it's the same book. From what I understand, this is the 2nd edition. So it is updated, expanded, and revised. So an excellent read. Rich, I stole it. Don't tell my husband. All right. Now, I have this book on Audible, and but I was so anxious to meet Dr. Avadia. He is a cardio surgeon, so he's a heart surgeon. Let's just leave it there. And I love what he was talking about. I've loved it from the minute I got involved in this journey, because the question is, if you go down this route, are you going to ruin your heart? Well, my cholesterol has lowered. Everything for me has gotten better. I had some funky scores, so we talked about it and what I should do. We also talked about an extended family member who has had some issues, and but he was so gracious, so kind with his time, extremely professional, and the man knows his stuff. And I knew that from a year ago when I started listening to the Audible book, but I wanted the physical book to now re-listen to the book and just go through and highlight and star, and you know how you do. So he's amazing. I was thrilled. He spoke on a panel. I think he spoke on a panel only. I'm trying to think, but he stayed on that convention floor in those tabled areas, the vendor area, And he just met person after person after person after person after person. I mean, it was insane. So he was just so gracious with his time. And he was totally focused when you spoke to him. And Dr. Sean Baker does the same thing, totally focused. So, and even Dr. Barry, when I spoke to him last year and then last summer, these guys come to give us time to teach us what's the best choice and what's the next step and what do we do here and what do we do there and where do we go to read and how do we research and how do we better understand. And that is invaluable. So I highly recommend this book. You can get this book on Audible. I highly recommend it. I don't know if it's on Kindle, but totally worth it. All right, now there was a gentleman by named Dr. Berg, Dr. Eric Berg. He was one of the main speakers. We also had J.J. Virgin. There's a whole list of people. It was really a lot of big names besides the ones I've already told you. And we also had Maria Emmerich, who I just adore. She and her husband are just as sweet as pie and just have such a passion for helping people live healthy lives. So, but Dr. Berg is kind of one of those guys like J.J. Virgin where they're kind of fit in, but they kind of don't because of how their perspective on health. But what he did is he talked about the truth about ultra-processed food. Now, does everybody have a voice? You better believe it. Did he have tremendous value and impact? You better believe it. And he talks a lot about processed food and what it does to the body. And he literally had these books that he just gave away. And they were super sweet. When I went out to get my book, and one for my husband, the gentleman said, no, take two. Give them to your friends. Give them to your family. So, and the reason is these guys don't want to get back and have to fly him home. So it's perfect. It was so perfect. I think we ended up with a total of 4. And so one will go to my sister, one is for my husband, one's for myself, and probably one for our youngest. And so we loved what he put together. He did such a great job. This is one of those conferences that if you bought the digital version of it, it's totally worth it. It's a lot cheaper than attending, and it's totally worth the digital on this. So absolutely, really appreciated him. My husband really liked what he had to offer. Now, there was a booth called Update, or there was a booth that had Update in it. I couldn't tell if it was the drink or the medical practice in Austin, but I talked to a sweet, beautiful young girl who gave me tons of advice. I believe the practice is Living Well in Austin, and it's over, I think she said off Bee Caves. So if any of y'all are in the Austin area, but they had these different flavored drinks and they had them in a fridge and people could just go and get one. And well, I mean, I didn't do that, but my husband did. So I had gotten a berry and we shared it. Then he went and got his peach and we shared it. And then the last day he got 2 mandarins. We haven't had the opportunity to drink them yet. These are caffeine evolved. So these are a type of energy drink, but it's not high caffeine. It doesn't make you feel sick. It doesn't do any of that. And you're kind of getting the benefits of the nutrition of it as well as the energy from it. So very sweet. You can use a code, order online. There's a scan. You save 30%. And I would say the berry was fantastic. The peach was, my husband liked it. Wasn't my cup of tea. I'm being honest because I'm real picky. And if you guys have been around me, you know. The mandarin, I'm excited to try that because we do like mandarin sparkling water. We do like things like that. So I'm excited to try that. And I think that is going to be a find. Okay, now, hold on. Trying to get this all out of the way because there's a lot. There's a lot here. Okay. One of the things that was very interesting, my husband gave up coffee years ago. And he tried, I'm going to put all this out here. He tried some of this ballistic keto. It's an MCT oil powder that you add to your tea and your coffee. I ordered the gingerbread cookie. Now, we didn't buy this there. We had to come home and order it because she was, from out of state. But he literally has not had coffee in almost 25 years. He had a cup of coffee with that in it, and it didn't taste bad to him for the first. And he was, in the military, drank a ton of coffee before, but he got in food poisoning in 2020 and would never touch it again. Actually, Yeah, it was 2020. And would never, couldn't stand the smell of a coffee shop, couldn't stand, if you drank coffee, he couldn't stand any smell, he couldn't stand it at all. Then, so he fell in love with this, the ballistic, and that is his, and this one is mine. We found this wonderful booth called RPG Coffee. It's real people giving world's finest premium Arabica beans, super coffee. Every cup sold makes a difference for a service member, veteran-owned business. So, of course, you get 32 servings. It was a buy one, get one, so we have one we've already opened in the kitchen. So this is what it helps. It supports immune system, cognitive function, gut health, antioxidant support. And the reason why is it's coffee that's been dehydrated and ground fine, so you don't even have to strain it. RPG aloe is the organic inner leaf aloe powdered. And so you add that in and it helps with the gut and everything else. There are 0 carbs, 5 calories. It is totally worth it. He drinks this every morning. I drank it until, and I'll share this more later, I had to do a treatment thing and I couldn't do this coffee, so I didn't do it. I tried it the first day and it was not a pretty. But the other thing, hold on. Yes, they also sold something called Kind Coffee, which is that same dehydrated aloe vera coffee, but they add in mushroom, a type of mushroom that helps with mental clarity. And so for somebody who has lost a mom to Alzheimer's, things like this are really important to me. But they were so kind. They gave us extras to give to my sister, to give to our son, all kinds of, they were super kind. Now, also, they were very kind. They knew that the immune defense was something that I wanted to take. It is a vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, turmeric root, aloe vera, inner leaf powder. I have not started it. I have taken, they gave us some samples. I have taken those. But while I was going through this medical treatment, and it's working so heavily on my gut, I was trying to not add too much in at one time. So I took out the coffee. I stopped at this. I was not going to do anything more. I was just going to wait. So, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. So that was a phenomenal couple, very sweet, very kind, just really, he was ex-military, which we of course thank all of the people involved with RPG for their service. And it's just a wonderful blessing for us. So my husband, I make him coffee in the morning with his chocolate raspberry. Yes. All right. And then also my husband, because of my mom, he didn't realize that I had some here at the house, but this is something called Keto Brains Nootropic. It's focus and clarity on demand. It has lion's mane. It has alpha GPC. It has L-theanine. It has coconut-derived C8-MCT. So this is one of those things that helps your brain. That's just what it is. I hear people say, oh, it's fantastic. It's super fantastic. And I have given this as a gift twice. For me, I don't know. But I'm not hypersensitive to things like that. So I know for myself, I just have to be wise about it and think it through and make sure, what it is I need. And so instead of maybe going with this, I would add Keto Brains in. And that's what I would do. But I'm not going to give up because you can't do too much MCT oil or MCT oil powder. It will be like a cleanse, let's say. And I think the powder's better, if I understand correctly. So powders are better. Liquid MCT, it's a killer. So anyways, I was looking for some here the other day when I was going through recipes, and I'll share that in a little bit. But I knew instantly, it was like, ooh, I better rethink this. Hold on, because I'm already getting MCT. Now, I made reference to something that I'm doing. There are many doctors. They're a part of this event. And so there is a lovely booth. We were referred to it by a doctor because of my E. coli last fall. And it has been 9 months and I continue to battle with it. I was recommended that I go through It is, it's called GI Ultimate Repair Formulation, and it is from a company called Level Up. We heard a doctor speak on this, and we felt like it was worth trying. It is BPC 157 arginine salt. It has KPV, AMSH frag. It has larazotide, an AT1001, and then it has GHKCU, which is a copper tripeptide, quercetin, which we all know quercetin. I'm not going to go through that extra explanation. Sodium bicarbonate, zinc L-carnosine, and we first started this. You're supposed to take one at night, one in the morning. At first I tried that, and as many of you know that have been a part of Josephine's design, for the first 3 days I was not a happy camper. I felt horrible. When I cut back by day 2, end of day 2, my husband said, why don't you go to 1 time a day? And I looked at him and I said, because you're supposed to do it for 1 month, morning and night. And what I'll do is I'll do it probably 2 months and see where I'm at. Or you can do 2 months, morning and night, or half. So I'm thinking that when you do 2 months, you've split it in half. So that's how that works. But I will tell you that my inflammation has already gone down insanely. And I'm not, it's not cleansing me like a cleanse. Let's just say that. It's getting everything kind of back in order. And I have tons less bloating. I was losing weight and my stomach just looked huge to me, and I just couldn't figure out, why is my stomach so big? And I didn't remember it being that way in the summer, and yet, since the fall, that's what I kept seeing. So there is something to this. Can't really talk about the science of it, but we spoke to several doctors. We spoke to several people that were nutritionists, and we felt like this was worth a try. It was not an inexpensive decision. And that's something my husband and I talked about. But he finally just said, I think this is the most important thing. I think you need to do this. And I said, well, I leave that to you because I'm not going to make that decision. And it wasn't crazy priced, but it was crazy for us priced, let's say. So, but it wasn't crazy. I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, when you have been as sick as I've been, one doctor's visit will more than go past this one round of supplements. And even though it's a slow transition for me, when I think about how sick I got, how long I've been sick, it is amazing that I have any positive results yet anyways. So I'm very grateful. It has been very tiring. So if you ever decide you want to look into this, you want to understand better about this, I would let this be on a time when you're off work, or or if you have the extent of issues that I do. It's supposed to also help with people with Crohn's, things like that. So for somebody with such a bad GI tract, that's where all your good stuff is. It should be good biome. Mine has been completely wrecked, and it has affected every single autoimmune that I've had almost. Just severe issues. So we are looking forward to seeing how this is going to play out. And so far, we're on the right track. So I'm excited about this. Now, there was another supplement that my husband wanted to do. It was kind of like when you get older, you do this once or twice a year, and it just kind of helps get everything back in sync. He didn't want to do both, what I did and this, so he decided he was going to get, I think this is just plain creatine, but it is called CRE Volution. I will probably do a little bit of this at some point. It's so restorative for your bones and all the good things, so I think it's worth it. Your muscles. What did I say? Bones? Restorative for your bones. Your muscles. I'm going to say it again. It is unflavored. It is creatine monohydrate, creatine HCl, creatine magnesium chelate. This one's interesting. Guanidinoacetic acid, GAA, and it is also trimethylglycine, TMG, clusterdextrin, HBCD. And I think that this is really worth doing, especially if you're exercising, working out. You have a property, you work outside, you work in the garden, any of those things. Not only do we need good electrolytes like Salt Tea by Keto Chow, or LMNT by Element. And I think that both of those are the best. Now, Redmond Real Light also has an electrolyte option as well. It's good, but it wasn't my favorite. I have to be honest. And I'm always trying to be really honest with you guys. They have all these different flavors, and some people really love it. And I'm thinking this summer that my husband will really love it. And the Salty and Element, they have things you can add to like a sparkling water, and it tastes fantastic. Or you could just add it to ice water. It tastes fantastic. So those are excellent for replenishing when you've been overdoing. And then you have things like this that are really good for restoration after working out or working hard on the property or anything like that. All right, so there's that. Now, a lot of the booths, they just have, holy cow, we love them. They're here in Texas. Anybody can order their meat. Excellent resource for pasture raised, pasture finished. Excellent regenerative farmer. Love them. Lard, help us. Pharaoh.life. My husband picked these up. I don't know. And I don't know who this was. Humanium. I don't know who that is. Liver every moment, a little woo-woo. I don't know what that is. So my husband had these. So I just found them in the bag. This one I got. My husband got all these. There was another lovely farmer that I spent a long time talking to. My husband spoke to. It was wonderful. Now, speaking of that, my husband then picked up some of the Pharaoh. This is a made with Smartland unscented. A little jar goes a long way. It is lard for the skin, and it is lard, tallow, leaf lard, and honey. So it just looks like a cream. It's lovely. It just smells plain, no scent. I wondered with that honey if it would or not. Supposedly, pig is the closest thing to human skin, the whole thing. I'm not a huge lard person, but he bought it and beat the tar out of it with those cans, but in the bag. But it was such a lovely gift. He thought it was one price. They said something else. And yeah, so this is the gold lid. This is a very nice thing. So I'm very grateful. Yes. And he knows I have acute atopic dermatitis. So anything to do with skin is a big deal. Now, I went and talked to this darling couple, and there was there were just so many sweet people in this booth. This is a tallow, which I feel really good about using. It's a grass-fed beef tallow, prickly pear oil, lavender, and frankincense essential oil. And it is for skin hydration, reducing inflammation, wound healing, anti-aging, blemishes, and scars. So because I will be potentially having surgery, we're waiting to find out. This will be something that'll be great. It's made here in Texas. This is the Lavin Scents. They had several different flavors. I absolutely love. I used it. I even got my husband to use it. And this stuff is fantastic. I've put it all over my face. I've put it all over my body. It is fantastic. Hands down, this is my favorite because I have been using the Wagyu tallow on my skin, which is even more soft. And maybe even too soft. So this I found to be very nice, and I love the essential oils in it. So this will be one of my recovery items. And let me see so I had several of these I thought I would just share with you. Hang with. So there was another booth. They had Good Idea, which was a drink, and they each gave us a flavor. These were fantastic. They sell them at HEB Central Market in Austin. They were super good. So Good Idea, your metabolism's best friend. They tasted fantastic. My husband got black currant, and I thought I had blueberry, but I must have gotten raspberry. I can't remember. Anyways, or maybe sea berry. I can't remember. Oh no, I got black currant. He got sea berry. That's right. Because the black currant tasted like grape, and it did. It was very good. And these were just given away for free. Why do I feel so off? Maybe it's your blood sugar. And it just helps balance all of that out with 5 essential amino acids, chromium picolate, and then that helps. So just really lovely people, lovely product, 0 caffeine. I think it was 0 carb as well. I'm pretty sure it was because I wouldn't have drunk it if it weren't. But really worth doing. So that is a good idea. And you can order it as well online. So I thought they were fantastic. Let me see. So this was something called a line. They had mats. You could lay on them. I think these were the, hold on, crystal mats. Yes, these are the crystal mats. And we didn't get to go do this. I wish I would have, but I was really happy for everybody who got to go do it. It was just really, they had lots of things to go and do, and you just run out of time. You just run out of time. This is when I would have left it done. I also wanted to sit in the infrared chairs. I didn't get to do that. They also had something called brain tap. My husband and I were neither one like super, it's supposed to be very relaxing for most people. We talked to a gal, it wasn't as relaxing, but this was something that you could also go and try. I don't know why we don't have a brochure, but there was something where you put your hand in and then it helped boost circulation throughout your body, and it also helps with healing. And it literally made my knee not hurt that first day. I know, it was amazing. Body spec was there. I did get a body scan. My body scan was way off, so they're going to have to redo it. That's very rare. I went back and talked to them, so I'm going to have to call them and reschedule. They have a place here in Austin, so I'll go up there and go use theirs. But they also had some just great 10-minute to healthier beginner workout, so we grabbed a couple of those. All right, now I already talked about the Kind coffee. Sorry. And then they also had things that were the blue light therapy, RF therapy, and then LED infrared. And so we love the infrared. We are big infrared people. And so they had all of those. It was a booth, and we just didn't have time to go there. I wanted to go. We didn't have time. They also had someone that had this that was, it was a vibrated type thing, and that was wonderful. And but it was in the same kind of a stick fashion. So, and goodness gracious, they really have a lot of options. And they had them all here. So probably that's why we didn't stop. Plus, we already have an infrared. We also ate dinner the first night. We were invited by Cindy, I'm going to say this wrong. I want to say Lamanche, but it may be Demanche. And she has a YouTube channel. Super nice gal. And then Wendy with Loving It on Keto and her husband, Harry. They were super sweet. Invited a lot of people to go eat dinner. And we went to County Line. We ended up sitting with a couple, and it's Partners in Ketosis, your partner in health. And they were the sweetest couple out of Florida, and we so enjoyed them. Kris and Anna, we so loved them. She has a podcast. Look up Partners in Ketosis. Maybe you can find her podcast. She has an incredible, incredible business. So anyways, hands down, he brought us 2 of these, and they glow in the dark. So his suggestion, if you can't wear it, because like I can't wear them because I'm allergic, you can put it on your bottle, and in the middle of the night you will find your bottle because it'll glow in the dark. Isn't that cute? I know. They were so sweet. They were just the sweetest couple. Okay, I have not gone through this. Hold on. Let me see here. So, here is this for Choose Kind Coffee. Maybe you can take a still shot if you'd like to try that. That gives you 20% off. Thank you, 24. So there you go. All right, now this is that GI Ultimate Repair that I was telling you about. I think it's a really good option. Let me see. So if you want to go to the website, lvluphealth.com. So leveluphealth.com. So we've got that. They had many different options. I think this is the one that my husband had wanted to take for kind of that refresher. And then Baja Gold was a booth that I will tell you about. So my husband had been telling me about it. So they gave away these little grinders with mineral salt. How sweet was that? I didn't know he had one. But he was like, you need to go over there and taste that, because we've been huge Redmond's Real Salt, and we still are Redmond Real Salt people. But having grown up on the coast of Texas, this is a sea salt, whereas the Redmonds were originally seabeds, they are now in caves. So these are in seabeds, and this is, let me see, I've forgotten the sea. Hang with me. They're out of Georgia, and I forgot the sea. I cannot remember, and I apologize. But when I went over there, I asked, there were these two gentlemen working the booth, and I said, do you have a sample I can taste? Because we've been a big fan of the other company, and I said, and we've used them for, I mean, over 25 years, maybe even longer, close to 30. And I said, so I just want to taste it. And he said, and he looked and looked and looked. He didn't have any more samples. I didn't know my husband had this. So he said, I don't want to take this home on the plane. Would you just take this? And I said, well, I can try it. He said, no, just take it. So I said, okay. So we ended up with both because I didn't know my husband had that. And I tasted it. And it's and when I opened it and tasted it, the first thing I said, my husband has said, it is genuinely like I'm tasting the ocean. I can taste the sea. Anybody who eats seafood, who's grown up next to the coast, there's a difference than inland and on the sea. So this is exceptional flavor, vital nutrients, unrefined and naturally pure. Hands down, fantastic flavor. Hands down, totally worth it. So I love that mineral salt. Let's see here. There's the RPG. Here is, I don't know what that goes to, but as a crafter, I'll use that. More of the coffees to give away to my sister, my son, and then we had that other one that was ours, that was given to us. And hold on, I think I have more stuff in here. Whoops, yes I do. Let me get everything out of here, and then I can file this stuff out of the way. All right, and then, so here's the Holy Cow, and we talked to one farmer. He was out of Waxahachie. Don't remember the name, but then you've got holycowbeef.com. Hands down, they are an incredible Christian, kind couple, and they are very, very vigilant to be healthy. So this is Texas raised, all natural, certified, grass finished, Angus beef, antibiotic, hormone free, no herbicides or pesticides. Yes, so I love that. They're very kind people. Now, our daughter and son-in-law, they also have a regenerative type farming, and I will make sure that I get all their info and list it below. So I want to make sure they as well, you have to go to their website. They have all of their specifics listed out. So, so here is the human animal. This is beef organs. So, okay. Oh, they're supplements. Oh, neat. Okay. Instead of putting the powder on your food, you take a pill. There you go. All right. So, and then more of the keto brains. Interested in becoming, okay, that's for the other. All right. So keto brains, lots of information. Kind coffee. So choose wellness, energy, sustainability, kindness, and there we go. All right. So we love them. And so my husband got bone marrow, grass finished, full spectrum collagen source, structural gut lining support hair, nail, and hair, skin, nails, and teeth. Excellent dietary source of calcium. Well, I bet he got that for me because I need all that. So that was very nice. Or I picked it up. Baja Gold. Let me see if I can see where their resource is. So they have a variety of options of things you can get. And it's one of the healthiest, most flavorful sea salts. It is harvested for many thousands of years. The Colorado River flowed into the Sea of Cortez, bringing fresh water, mineral-rich topsoil, and minerals from the Rocky Mountains. So the Sea of Cortez, that's where it was. I knew it started with the sea. I could not remember. Baja Gold retention ponds in Baja, Mexico. So there you go. That's what that is, Baja Gold. And then, let me see. Oh, they gave us a coupon? Yes. All right. We were looking for those the other day. And I have both coupons. There we go. She each gave us one to the Good Idea drinks, which we will get in Austin. Now, these are a sweet couple that produced a sweet that a diabetic or low carb or ketogenic person can have. And so they came out with the gummies. They have, my favorite is the salted caramel and the coffee caramel. They have a plain caramel and a coconut caramel. I think I can do the coconut. I need to go read. I can't, I'm off dairy right now due to my change diet-wise. So with my working on my gut, doing my this supplement, and I shared with you guys, or however you want to say, treatment. And then I gave up dairy, which is a killer. I can't eat this right now. So I'm just going to save these for later, and then I'll get into them. But I can't eat these. These are just a little bit higher in carb than what I like to do. But, so if I eat the whole bag, it's 34 carbs. I can't eat the whole bag. I could probably get 2 down. But, and this one, you get 3 pieces for 19 grams. So, and these are all total carbs. There you go. But these are wonderful. We love them. Their caramel tastes like any caramel you've ever eaten, and if not better. So again, I highly recommend Scrummy Sweets. My husband, what he's determined is if he leaves them in the car, like he goes into work, he leaves them in the car and he goes, eats them on the way home, they get, this sounds terrible, but juicier. And so, and one of the people working at the booth were like, exactly. And I was like, oh, yuck, you know, but he swears that's what happens. And these are charming. If you have children, grandchildren, they are little gummy bears, just like the picture. So I love them. Tell Susie I sent you. And Susie and Grant, it's the couple that owns it, but they are absolutely amazing. And they are just so kind, so generous. So, all right, last thing. So when we were there are all kinds of things for muscle recovery. If you have, there was a section for Osteo Strong, an exercise program that would help you rebuild muscle and bones and all that good stuff. But one of the things that my husband, I knew instantly when I saw it, and I told the young man, I said, you want to talk to my husband, not me. And he was like, really? And I said, yeah, you want to talk to my husband. Now today, yes, I need to talk to him. So this is a Pulse. It's an ePulse Pro 900. They have different levels of this, some wireless, some with wire. We took the one with wire, it's a lot less expensive, but we got the show special. And so it's muscle strengthening. It's for pain. It's for pain therapy, levels of intensity, 12 unique therapies. So it is used by EMS, TNS, Stronger Pulse, Maximum Relief, etc. And it's FDA cleared Class 2 device. So what we get in this, and I haven't opened mine yet because I was trying to just get everything packed, but what comes in this box is an Ultra Tens TENS control unit, 2 small massage pads, 2 large massage pads, 2 electrode wires, pad holder, USB cable, AC adapter, user's manual, acupuncture chart. There are other accessories you can add on to it. A feet, like sandals, and they pulse the bottom of your feet. How many of you have sore feet? Yes. Okay. And then a belt. Yes. I'm super excited. They also have socks, gloves, brace, ear clips, armband, jumbo massage pads, lifetime warranty, plus pack. So we are super thrilled. My husband got one. It was basically buy one, get one. Yes. So we each got one, and I was thrilled. And so we both came home with that. That's going to happen probably today too. But then we decided to go ahead and add one of these. I bought my husband one of these Walmart clearance after Christmas last year. It's bigger. It's a really big model. Not as concentrated, not as percussive. This is more like our chiropractor uses. So we upgraded, we added that on, and I am super excited. I tried it on my knee, above my knee, especially because I was swelling so badly. I can't do this on parts of my knee because they're too tender, but a wonderful, wonderful tool. You just charge it and go. It's so great. Yes, you charge it and go. So we felt like that was a big splurge. It was just something that I thought was important. For him, I thought it was super important, especially his lower back. He stood there forever with that on his back with the electrodes hooked up. And you know what? It helped. And so that's all that matters. And for me, especially today, and I think I said this earlier, I tweaked my back and neck this morning, just bending down to pick something up, which means it was time to go see the chiropractor anyways. This and infrared is what I'll be doing tonight. And of course I have infrared hand, knee, back, and face. Yes, yes. So, and they're all new, and those will all be taken on our trip. So it's all in one box together. I've packed all this together. So, but I will bust this out tonight. What was my favorite thing at the conference? I've been asked. I love the educational side of it. It's a huge part of why I go. I want to walk away with knowledge, information. I want to make my own decision. I don't want everybody to tell me. I just want to write it down, research it, and think about it. Great speakers, great friends, new and old were made. And I think that's a big thing of it. I think a big part of these particular conferences is getting to know other people. And, you know, I got to go and talk to Maria Emmerich. She was very busy in Florida. I didn't get to talk to her. But I will tell you that in 2 seconds, her information was invaluable. And she was 100% right. She was 100% right. What I'd been doing to help heal my GI tract was actually causing me more problems. And it was what I had been taught because my dad had had ulcers, bleeding ulcers. I was doing what had been exampled to me, and it seemed to help when I had troubles with ulcers. When this other thing hit, I could not get anything to work. I couldn't. Nothing would tame the beast of E. coli. And so it didn't go in its own because I have so many autoimmune issues. And what my GI suggested made me worse. They meant well, made me worse. It was his PA. I didn't have my GI who's retired. Yeah, so I was having to feel my way through this. And talking to doctors has helped me understand. And then following up with Maria Emmerich and finding out, no, I need to change this and change that in my diet. It was like, oh, I don't want to give up cheese. It's my favorite thing. And then it's like, I don't want to be sick anymore. I'm glad to let it go. So I think that's the balance that you walk out with. You have to walk out and decide, is that suggestion worth listening to? Does that suggestion really work? Well, I've done it now for almost a week. Yeah, it works. Anyways, to my chagrin. But anyways, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's anything we try over a period of time and I come back and say, I'll come back with empties of the things we've tried, and we can talk about anything that we had here that has not been tried yet, I'll be glad to share that with you. Again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. This is a brand new launch. This was a very long video, so hopefully in the future they'll go much quicker. But the main thing is I wanted you guys to see what are the types of opportunities at conferences like this. So they're huge. They're just huge. It's everything. It's everything when you're on this particular diet in this particular walk. And it is great to find support and people who are just there to answer questions. And that's amazing. And the amount of specialist doctors. I mean, come on, we had a heart surgeon, we had an orthopedic surgeon, we had, yeah, we had eye doctor, we had, I don't know if she was an optometrist or an ophthalmologist, that I can't confirm. We had an infertility doc, we had just, I mean, the level of doctors there is amazing, and nutritionists, and just amazing people. So yeah, a lot of coaches, a lot of sports type coaches. It's good stuff. So, all right, friends, I hope you've enjoyed this. I love you, but as much as I love you, Jesus loves you more. I hope you'll enjoy this keto information and this new channel. All right, friends, I'll be talking to y'all soon. Y'all like, subscribe, share with anyone, and remember, it is hashtag hack your health. HackYourHealth. Hack your health. They're going to go from Austin to Florida next year. So there you go. All right, guys, y'all take care. Love y'all. Bye.